I'm obviously back in the UK, as you can see, and I've hit the ground running. I am on my way to Salon Prix in Blenheim Palace, where I'm doing a shoot with Aston Martin. It's an event, so Aston Martin are at Salon Prix. I'm going there to shoot with Aston, the cars and the event. While we're on the way to the event, to Blenheim Palace, I also want to reiterate that from the end of September, I will be giving away half of my AdSense money here on YouTube to one of you, a subscriber. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe, because then I will choose one of you to get half of my AdSense revenue here from YouTube, and I'm going to be doing that every single month. Over the last week, myself and Roxanne kind of relaxed in Abu Dhabi, and then we came back to the UK on Saturday last week. Well, this week, just gone. So we've just been kind of relaxing. Oh, there's a deer. Oh, that's so cute. There was a deer in that field. That was so cute. Myself and Roxanne have just been relaxing this week. We've had no plans or anything, kind of getting back into that UK living, seeing family, sorting out some future shoots and stuff. Obviously, I'll bring you along to them. Hey, yeah, good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Just parking.
Yeah. Have you got any passes or tickets today?
Yeah, I have you.
And then
Yeah.
we'll have to go in for parking.
Too easy. Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
I shall park the Cupra here and off. Good night for an hour. I guess I better go and do some work, hey? I don't envision that I'm gonna need a gimbal today. I think I'll need a gimbal tomorrow. I do have a gimbal and I do have accommodation for this evening, which is good. It means I can have a good night's sleep before tomorrow. Yesterday was lovely here. I saw some photos and some content from here yesterday. Blue skies, beautiful weather. Today, oh, not so much, but just the fun of it, right? We make do with what we have as creators. So I've got the Wandered bag today, and have I got everything? Yes. So one of the biggest issues when you come to car festivals is getting photos of things that, you know, when there's people in the way. So for example, I'm here with Aston, I'm trying to get shots of the car. There's people obviously walking around the DB12. I cannot just get rid of all the people. It's going to be too much work in Photoshop. Yes, I could do it with AI generated tool, which would probably work. Maybe I'll try at the end of the video, maybe it won't work. But a little tip for you is use what you have. So there's people walking around. So the shot that I'm going to go for is a long exposure. So I've got a ND, well, it says ND 1000, which is like ND 10, which is like 10 stops darker than normal. So the idea is to get a longer exposure. I'm going to be at 0.6 of a second, f/4.5, ISO 50 when that car alarm stops. The one thing that I find, which is funny, is a lot of people are super polite. So when you're actually taking a photo, they stop, which is nice. But what I want is people just continuously walking through the frame. So doing this one-handed, so which isn't ideal. The other thing I'll say is set it to manual focus, so that the focus remains on the thing that you want to be in focus. So focus is on the Aston Martin, and I'm just getting people walking through the frame, and as you can see, it works nicely. What that does is it just, I don't know, it makes a more dynamic photo and allows you to have people interacting with the photo rather than it being like super uber clean. So I mean, most of my time since I've been here has just been kind of like hanging around the stand. Wait, let me change the exposure on this. It's been kind of just hanging around the stand, getting content. They said they're just about to go and start up the F1 safety car, which they've got just over here. I don't know if you can really see it. I'm waiting for him to go and do that. When he does, I'll walk over and show you.
No,
sound nuts.
Yeah, so
That sounds insane. That sounds actually insane. The seats are like a mega as well.
Full on race.
I'd love to get taken around in this.
That would be epic. I've never actually been out in it.
Have you ever been around the track? You've been around the track though?
No,
never.
I'd like to, yeah. Never get the option to. So.
Yeah, well, you need to force them to do it.
Get out with it.
That's actually insane. I mean, once everyone clears off, I'll get some shots of it as well. But look at this. So I did actually get some shots of it at the F1 in Silverstone before, so I'll show them on the screen as well. If I can find them, they're here. If I can't find them, then, well, I can't find them. Okay, so while I'm waiting to go and do my next bit, what I'm doing is I'm catching up on content, and I do this quite a lot whenever I do like day shoots. If I have a spare moment or we stop for lunch or anything like that, I jump on the laptop and start editing. So then that reduces the amount of time that I'm editing when I get home. And right now there's not much I can do. Look how busy this is. I mean, it's pretty nuts. Look how busy that is. I could try and go and shoot, but the content's not going to be as good as it can be if I just wait 3 or 4 hours. So during that 3 or 4 hours, I'll start editing the YouTube video that I'm creating, which is this one, and then also start doing the photos for the client. I'm using my time wisely. I could just be sitting here or wandering around or eating food, instead getting the content done so that I can give the content to the client quicker or on the same day. Now, I've factored in for editing in my budget, but if you do that quicker, it doesn't mean that you should get paid less. So another good reason why you should go through the photos and go through the edits while you're on set or while you're on shoot is you can see what you've done and see what you will need to do for the remainder of the content. So I've taken some shots already of the long exposure of the car. Some of them look okay, but I know towards the end of the day, because I was here yesterday, where the sun sets, it looks really nice. So I'm gonna wait towards the end of the day to get the same shot because it'll look better as a photo than just delivering something that I already have. It's better to assess and then retake the photo if needed. That's what I do anyway. So I've just quickly swapped over to the Osmo Action 4 because it's just easier to carry around while taking photos. Now, one of the things that I hate shooting is all black cars. So this is one of kind of like my arch nemesis. I hate shooting all black cars unless I have this one thing, which is a CPL. The reason a CPL is paramount for shooting black cars is because it cuts out those harsh highlights, and I'll show you exactly what I mean now. If we go to the rear right of the car, I'll show you what I mean. So if we could just come out from the side here, we're going to be at 35mm. My talking is not great, but I'll just quickly show you once these people clear off the difference between CPL and no CPL on a black car. Okay, so this is with the CPL, and then that is without. So as you can see from the two examples on the screen, the first one is with the CPL and the second one is without the CPL, and I'll leave them on the screen as a comparison between the two. And if you are honestly doing any car photography, not just black cars, any car photography, CPL is 100% something that you need, and it's really simple to use. What you do is, as you're taking the shot, you can just turn this to adjust. Now, this is the Polar Pro CPL, which is a little bit more on the pricey side. What you can do is go over to Amazon and find a cheaper version. I will link the cheapest version that I can find in the description because it is a lot cheaper to go and buy that, and they do the same thing. I'm going to get a couple more shots here because this car is super nice. Okay, so one of the guys on the stand just came and grabbed me quickly to say that the V12 Vanquish is just about to go onto this stage here, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to get a shot of it kind of as it rolls up, and then maybe I might sprint ahead of it and get some other shots. I think they kind of want some video too, but I left my FX3 down there. So if I'm quick enough, I'll toggle between photo and video on this alone, which is the R5. Should be fine, but we'll see how we go. Just gotta wait for this Bentayga to move off the stand.
Which was given its European debut here on Wednesday. The car was globally launched in Monterey 2 or 3 weeks ago, flown straight over there and straight.
690 PS, 200 miles an hour with 3.6. That's beautiful, isn't it?
Okay. Well, on the screen you can see the shots that I did manage to get. Super rushed, but that's, like I said, everything's last minute on these things, so it worked out, I think. I don't know if I got the video side of it, but I definitely got the photo side of it, and I was using the CPL to be able to cut out those highlights. which worked great. Okay, so I'm just packing up my stuff. I'm gonna go and shoot the DB12. Obviously it's new. It hasn't been shown yet in at an event in Europe. I mean, it's been launched, but it hasn't been shown in an event yet in Europe. So it's pretty cool that I've had the chance to shoot it. This is the DB12 over here. So the idea is we're going to go around the front of the palace and shoot it, which will be pretty cool. Fingers crossed, it'll be pretty cool. But it's all dependent on whether or not the guy driving it is okay with doing that. So I'm trying to be super quick, get everything ready and go and shoot it, because I don't think he wants to hang around, because it's the end of the event and he wants to get going. So I'll try and record it on the Osmo because it's the easiest way to do it. I'm going to throw this in my bag, so I'm not going to take too much time. Yep. Alright, can you come forward a bit? Okay, so most of these were shot at 35mm. I've still got the polarizer on, and essentially what I'm hoping to do is, as you can see, the frame is a little bit messy. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to clean this up in Photoshop afterwards. But I think that works. There we go. Thank you. It's the best we can do. I mean, I wanted to go around the front, but
Nice
I appreciate it. Thank you.
And your name is?
Huh?
What's your name?
Sam.
Sam, Jason, Sam.
Nice to meet you, Jason.
Nice to meet you.
I'm sure I'll see you around
Yeah,
doing more
hopefully.
stuff.
Yeah. Are you going to Goodwood this week?
No, I'm not. I'm not around, so, but if anything changes, I'll come down.
Cool.
Cheers,
Nice one,
Jason.
Sam.
Thank
Take
you.
care, then,
See you in a bit. Thank you. Yeah, it's all here. Okay, so after another 4-hour drive back home, everything is all sorted, everything's all edited and finished up. So on the screen are all of the photos and everything that I've taken. So all the photos are on the screen. I'm pretty happy with how they all turned out. Being that it was my first shoot back in the UK, I think it's definitely a good shoot to come back to. Straight back into shooting cars, what I love, and I've obviously missed shooting cars over the last 10 months. I've done a couple of car shoots, but not anything to what I was doing before I left. So I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to be shooting cars, and I think all the shots turned out really good. Probably my favorite car out of everything on the stand was the V12 Vantage. Personally, I absolutely love the Vantage over the DBs. The DB12 was obviously launched. I think obviously the same with the V12 Vantage was just launched this year as well. Recently, I think it was also released in Palm Beach. The DB12 was obviously launched over in America recently. I think it was like last month or whatever it was, a couple of weeks ago. It got flown straight to Blenheim Palace, and that's what was on display there. So it was the first time that the DB12 was on show in Europe, so it was great for people to go and have a look at, and it looked beautiful. I was hoping to shoot it in front of Blenheim Palace with the gates and the courtyard and everything. Unfortunately, that's just not where we ended up shooting, as you saw. The photos turned out okay. I made the best of a bad situation. You can see the shots again on the screen. I think I'm happy with them. It's not what I wanted, and sometimes as a creator, that's just how it is. You don't always get what you want as a creator, and I think you just have to accept that and move on. There'll be another chance, I'm sure, because I'm in constant dialogue with Aston, and hopefully I'll be doing more stuff with Aston going forward. I have got some other shoots planned in the coming months, just trying to piece everything together. And in terms of where I'm going to be staying, because a lot of people have asked, am I going to be going back to London? I'm not entirely sure yet. Both myself and Roxanne are having that conversation at the moment, and we're just trying to work out where's best for us. I don't think I'm going to be staying in Wales because it's just so far from where most of my work and most of my content is going to be filmed and created. So going back and forth to London is just going to be, well, not the best thing to do. Also, if you didn't watch my last video, I am giving away half of my AdSense money each month. So every month, YouTube pays me AdSense revenue. That AdSense revenue, I'm going to be splitting it in half and giving it to one of you as a subscriber. So if you're not subscribed, There's your incentive. Subscribe, it's free. Turn the notification bell on so you get notified when I do upload my videos. Make sure you're watching as well, because the more views, the more watch time, the more money I make, the more money goes back into creators. And it's my way of giving back to those that are watching that channel, this channel, that channel, this channel. You get what I meant. With all that being said, I'm going to go and rest up, create more, stress less, and I hope you're all doing well. And I will be posting more consistently now I'm back in the UK. I just need to find my feet and get into the flow of things. So go and enjoy, go and shoot, and make sure you head over to Instagram, follow me there, and say hello in the DMs.